Good Wednesday morning. This is 106.1 KYVZ. Joe Vazurek visiting with ag meteorologist Chris Schromick at Decision Weather Now, as well as WeatherValet. Chris, looks like some precipitation coming back into the area.
Yeah, Joe, before we get to that precipitation, we kind of got a pattern change that's all part of this weather shift that'll be going on here through the 4th of July weekend. Out there ahead of what we got as a deepening trough in the Pacific and Southwest is a high pressure that got pushed over the Rockies yesterday and is now parked right over the high plains, or right over the central high plains of the tri-state area. And it'll be parked here for 2 days. And what that will do, it'll lead to sunny skies. Any storm chances will be deflected well to the north, or maybe one sneaking through the monsoonal flow or the high pressure to the south. But here locally, we will remain dry, and the breezy southwesterly winds will pick up 15, 25 miles per hour in the afternoon. Tomorrow, maybe gusting 30, 35. And that is pretty much ideal conditions for harvesting wheat. That wind and the dry will keep us dry, even though it is a monsoonal pattern. There is Gulf moisture and humidity in place. We should, get out there, later mornings, early afternoons, get wheat cut, a full day in, and whap out this harvest. Right now, USDA says we started this week, we're about 25% cut. By the end of the time, or we get to the 4th of July, we'll have a good chunk of that to cut here in the next couple days. Out there this morning, we're starting out with those southwesterly winds at 10 miles per hour. We got temperature of 61 in Burlington, 66 both in Colby, Goodland, and Oberlin, and 63 up there in McCook. You get a little bit farther to the east, we got 68 in Norton. The winds to the east are a little bit more from a southeasterly direction at 5 miles per hour due to that high pressure being right over the tri-state area, pretty much the Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado border. This afternoon, we'll climb up there into the low to mid 90s. Tomorrow, we'll be back in the low 90s. And then as we head towards the 4th of July, that's when we'll start to see the pattern changing. We got that trough that'll be developing out west. That monsoonal trough is inside of a big high pressure ridge, which is a monsoonal flow pattern. So typically we see the monsoon a little bit later in the southwest, but that means there'll be Pacific moisture in place, plus the Gulf will be opened up, and that'll set the stage for some shower and thunderstorm development, as every day a disturbance will come off the Rockies, and we have late afternoon, evening shower and thunderstorms here in the tri-state area. That'll start on 4th of July evening, continue through the weekend. It looks like Monday, Tuesday next week, and there is indication that that pattern will hold all the way to the 15th, so we could see a very active weather pattern as far as thunderstorm chances daily. Heavy amounts of rain. If you get into some of those training storms, there'll be slow movement because the jet stream is really cut off and we're in a monsoonal flow pattern from the west. So we'll keep an eye on that. Temperature-wise, we'll be in the upper 80s, low 90s. That is seasonal to slightly below normal for this time of the summer. And we'll also have overnight lows in that 60 to 65 degree range. So the morning should be fairly comfortable. That will be the pattern that we're going to hold here going into July. We'll start off here dry to start through the 4th, get the harvest as much as done possible, and then we'll start having some thunderstorm activity in that through the middle of the month. Pretty decent forecast. I wouldn't be surprised. We saw Drought Monitor move from 85% of the state in drought before Memorial Day to now we got 67% of it with no drought at all. And it looks like if we keep getting these rains, we may see 90% of the state or close to 100% by the middle of July not reporting drought. And that's something I don't think we've seen in a long, long time.
Boy, that is for sure. Once again, that's ag meteorologist Chris Schromick at Decision Weather Now, as well as WeatherValet for 106.1 KYVZ. I'm Joe Vazurek.